Hey planner friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the month of April in my medium passion planner. Let's get started. So the kit that I've chosen for April is the April monthly from StrawberryLime Designs, and this is the first time that I'm trying out one of her monthly kits, so let's see how this goes. The first thing that I'm doing is using my purple passion marker, which will be my theme colour for the month of April, to highlight the top of each box where I'm not going to be at work. And I've just realised what a mouthful saying purple passion marker for an entire month is going to be. It's a good thing that I've got a pop shield for recording these voiceovers. So this is pretty much all that I do for the pen base of a monthly spread. Now we can get into cutting up some stickers. As this kit is not designed for a passion planner monthly, I'm going to start by taking the date covers off the main washi strips. I'm then going to cut the decorative main washi strip into two 1cm strips and one 6mm strip for various headers throughout my monthly spread. I'm then going to cut the decorative sticker at the bottom of this sheet in half so that I can use it to cover up some of the days that aren't in April. And then move on to the decorative sidebar, which I'm going to do quite a lot of sticker surgery to, so I don't use the whole decorative sidebar. I'm going to cut a little bit off the bottom and then a little chunk out of the middle of these windows so that I can get that bunny bunting and the flowers both in my sidebar. I'm also trimming this down so it will fit within the space that's available in a passion planner monthly. So let's get some stickers down on paper. I'm using the April header over the Monday to Wednesday that aren't within the month of April, and then I'm just going to cut the excess off that strip. I don't know what it is about big stickers, but I really struggle to lay them down straight, so this does take a couple of goes. And there is a little gap of grey at the bottom, but we'll come back to that later. Next, I'm going to take that half of the decorative strip that I cut earlier and use it to cover up the 2 days on this spread that are actually in May. And this sticker is a lot thicker than the boxes in a passion planner, so again I'm going to trim this down to size on the paper. I decided to use this scene to cover up these two boxes rather than the other header strip that came in the kit, because I thought by cutting things into strips you would lose a lot more of this scene than you would of the other header strip. I just said strip way too many times. As this is a Sunday start kit, I'm going to do exactly the same as I do with a planner face monthly and start laying Wednesday back to Monday so that I can trim Sunday off of the left hand side strip, and then I will place the other header strip from Thursday to Saturday and add that Sunday onto the right hand side. As these header strips are a little bit thinner than I expected them to be, I'm just trying to keep them within the grey lines that are printed on the paper, so it almost creates a border around the date headers. The day covers are also a little bit inconsistent with the thickness that I cut them to, so I'm going to use the strips that I place above my calendar to just cover that up a little bit. So I'm going to use the 1cm strips that I cut from that second decorative header and put those above the date covers at the top of the calendar. And this is just to fill in a little bit of that white space so the spread looks nice and full. I'm pretty happy that the decorative part of this header still comes through, and you can tell that it's lots of Easter eggs rather than it just looking like a mess, because I was slightly worried when I cut up this header. Moving on to the sidebar, and because I'd cut it into two pieces, I wasn't sure which one to lay down first, but I ended up laying down the bottom half first and then trying to line up the top half as best I could, and this is when I realised that the lines weren't completely straight the whole way up the decorative sidebar, but you can't really tell now that I've got them down. I think you would only notice because I've told you, but that definitely took a lot of measuring off camera. I've never needed to get a calculator out to cut up a sticker before. The decorative part of my sidebar is just as you would expect, so I've got two checklists and two headers. One header is goals and the other is to buy, and then I just put the colours opposite, so the green header goes with the pink checklist and the pink header goes with the green checklist. Once I've got all of those stickers down, I'm just going to trim off the excess of all 4 stickers at once so that the line is nice and straight. In March, my to buy section actually just ended up me listing things that I'd almost impulse bought, so hopefully I'll have a little bit more thought going into my spending in April. Next, I'm going to grab one of the thin washi strips from the kit and use that to cover up my personal and works project headers. I use the personal project side for my monthly actions and then the work project side for my Yoga with Adriene calendar for the month, so the headers aren't really relevant for me. I'm then going to grab the 6mm strip that I cut from that decorative header, and I'm going to use that to cover up the break it down section, which is where my habit tracker will go. Next, I'm just going to pop in the date covers, so I do most of these off camera, but I'll pop a few in on camera. And also, because I forgot to press record when I started planning again after putting in all of the date flags, I would have fixed that grey section that is poking out under the April header. So for that, as you can see from the sticker sheet, I cut some teeny tiny little strips out of one of the holiday washi strips from this kit. I think even if I had pressed record for that bit, I wouldn't have been able to use the footage because my head would have been like full on in frame the entire time. I'm now using the rest of the washi strips for this month to fill in all of the holidays, so I've got April Fool's Day, Good Friday, Easter Sunday, Bank Holiday Monday for us here in the UK, and then Earth Day on the 22nd. Next, I'm just going to add in all of my bills for the month, and as usual I've cut the bill due stickers in half horizontally so that I just have the top section and they don't take up quite as much space in my calendar. Annoyingly, quite a lot of my bills were due on Saturdays and Sundays this month, so they'll all be coming out on the following Monday, which is why all of the Mondays have bills in pretty much. Next, I'm going to grab two of the payday flags from the kit to mark in paydays for this month, and then I'm going to put in all of the bin icons for our bin days. I wasn't too sure about the one on Good Friday because it is a bank holiday, so I have no idea whether our bins are getting picked up or not, and I also haven't checked that at this point either. So I'll probably just put them out and hope for the best, or Google it. That would probably be the more sensible option. April is quite a big birthday month for my group of friends, so I'm using all of these rounded event labels from the kit and the birthday present icons to mark in all of those. In my monthly calendar, I like to have a little bit of white space around the outside of any of my events, so I'm just cutting out a teeny tiny piece of each sticker. With this kit, I didn't have to cut down any of the holiday washi or the bill dues, which was really nice, but for all of the events, I'm still going to grab my craft knife. While I'm laying down all of these birthday stickers, I thought I would mention that, as I said, purple is my theme colour for April, but this kit doesn't actually have any purple in it. So I bought this kit quite late one evening, and I thought that the dark blue in this kit was a much more purpley blue because I had night mode on my computer, so it was reducing all of the blueness. So when shops say your monitor may be affecting the colour of this kit and it might not be exact, this is what happens. I still think the purple adds to the colour scheme quite nicely though. Okay, so we're on to the last birthday. After the birthdays, I'm going to start marking in some stuff for work this month, and because this kit doesn't have any of the long flags that I'm used to using from planner face kits, I'm going to be cutting down some of the holiday washi strips because there's so many of them in this kit. I started off by cutting them the wrong way and making a point rather than a flag, but I managed to fix it. And then using some of these long flags that I've made with the monitor icon from the kit to mark in my usual WebExes and team meetings for this month. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, I get to this point around 2 weeks before the start of a new month, and then just before the start of the month I will go back in and add any details or things that have arisen since I laid down the base of this kit. So now we've just fast forwarded 2 weeks to right at the end of March, and we are filling in some extra bits. So I've taken an extra day of annual leave for the 12th of April, which is when the gyms reopen, and then I'm just adding in two of my big stickers at the bottom, so my Yoga with Adrian calendar and my habit tracker for the month. I've then added in my little Taurus icon that I made myself and just print out on sticker paper, and then I'm adding in these planner face laptop doodle icons for all of my work from home days. From the day that this video goes up, I've actually got a new PR freebie from Plannerface, which I've only just seen myself, so make sure you mention me in the notes to seller for my brand new freebie. I'm then just adding in a few appointments that have come up this month and also my Rotated Duty Scientist Day, and I'm marking these with some of the Easter doodles from Plannerface because this kit didn't come with loads of icons and I didn't know how else to mark going to the opticians, so Easter basket it is. Now all that's left to do is fill in my plans for the month, so I'm using my Pilot Friction pen for the majority of this spread, and then I'm also going to be pulling in my white Uniball Signo gel pen for any holidays, and I don't know what's going on with the ink of this pen, but it was an absolute pain to write with this month. So a little story time. I'm recording this voiceover on the 31st of March, which is probably the warmest day in the UK so far this year. It's like 21 degrees C outside and it's been really nice and lovely all day. I've had the window open in my office, it's been lush. So I've had to close the window to record this voiceover, otherwise you'd hear every single car that went past outside my house. But I've been sat here wondering why I'm so warm, like so warm, and I've just realised it's because my heating has come on, even though it's like 20 degrees. We forgot to turn it off. This is ridiculous. I feel like I'm melting. Anyway, back to the spread. So I don't have a whole lot of stuff planned for this month as yet, but lockdown is easing, so hopefully I will be able to add in some PT sessions and seeing some friends and all of these things that I've been missing so much since December. Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to most in the coming months as we can start doing more of our normal lives again. I'm really excited to hopefully see my parents in May because I haven't seen them since last August, and that's a long time even for me. So now I've filled in all of my plans for this month, and I'm just going to add in all of the habits that I track. These are the same each month. I haven't done anything to change them, and hopefully I'll be able to keep up with them a little bit better than I did in March. In my goals section, I just add some of my fitness-based goals, which are just numbers that I like to track, but don't try and focus too much on because they're not all that important. And then in the bottom left hand corner, I'm just writing in my monthly actions for all 8 parts of the Maxi Life Compass assessment. And these are basically just small things that I want to get done within this month that are part of my more long-term goals for 2021 as a whole. So that's pretty much it for my April monthly setup. I will add to this spread a lot as the month goes on, so if you want to see how this spread evolves over the month, make sure you're following me on Instagram, as I usually post a mid-month and end-of-month photo of this spread. And I hope you have a lovely Easter bank holiday weekend, whether it's something you celebrate or not. So that's everything for this video, friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!